All right, here we go. We are ready for a special edition of the Steve and Bethany Hopecast.
That's right. It's a little different this week. No video, just audio, but it's still going to be a really fun episode nonetheless.
Yeah, because, look, life happens sometimes, and it's kind of caught us this way, kind of where we weren't expecting not to have video, and then all of a sudden we don't have it. So no problem. So we're going to pivot a little bit, and we're going to go and bring you a special interview we did that was just for patrons only with Michael Cochren. Now, you probably don't know his name, but Michael Cochren is a solid guy. We had a really good time talking to him.
Such a good guy. Yeah, he is Cochren Company, the band, and a really talented guy, but also very, very kind and fun to talk to. We just had a great time speaking with him.
Yeah, we sure did. So we'll get to that interview. Plus, we got some other cool stuff. And we need to open the show in style.
I think we should. Let's roll Matthew West.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Steve and Bethany Hopecast. Steve and Bethany Hopecast. Hope is here. Hooray at last. This is Steve and Bethany Hopecast.
Well, welcome in. It is episode 18 of the Steve and Bethany Hopecast.
And you just heard our personalized theme song from Mr. Matthew West.
Yes.
That was such a fun episode we did last week.
It really was. If you didn't get a chance to hear it, you need to go back into the archives. SteveandBethany.com is where you find it. And
That's right.
You can listen to it. It was so good. We originally were going to just do it as a special just for Patreon people.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be, because we were just thinking, oh, Matthew's got 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, whatever. Well, it turned into be like a 20-minute interview. It was so much fun.
Yeah, he was really, really kind. He just was in his kitchen hanging out with us, talking, and was really kind. Just to personalize the theme song for us was so nice of him, and it really does show his talents, because he was like, oh, let me go grab my guitar.
I know, right?
And he just like grabbed it, picked it up, and started strumming and came up with the theme song.
It is so neat. We really appreciate him doing that. And again, no royalties are coming his way at all.
At all.
And we're excited about this week's show too, but we're also excited about being a part of the Christian podcasters community now.
Yeah, that kind of makes us sound a little bit more official, doesn't it?
It does. It has really elevated a platform for us to be able to have more people see and listen to the Steve and Bethany Hopecast.
Well, we've shared this before that, our heart behind the podcast is to share hope and encouragement with everybody that listens, to really build a community of like-minded people that are believers, or maybe people that are just on a spiritual journey trying to figure out what they believe. And if they stumble across our podcast and they're encouraged and they're introduced to Jesus, then that's awesome.
Yeah, and what we wanted to do is just to, like I say, be able to increase the size of the megaphone, you know?
Right.
And to be able to join up with them. And we thought, okay, if we see a little bounce, that'll be great. We doubled our downloads.
Yeah.
It's holy
in
cow.
1 week?
About,
right?
well, a week and a half.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And now this just blows my mind. I can't even wrap my head around this. We have been heard in 12 different countries on 6 of the 7 continents.
The other one is Antarctica,
It's
but
Antarctica.
nobody's listening up there.
Nobody's listening in Antarctica.
So yeah, like how cool is that?
I know. It is so wonderful, and we're so thankful for everyone at Christian Podcasters Community. We got to thank Andrew and Colleen for all their help and support. Colleen, didn't know us from Adam, and gave us all kinds of tips and helps.
Just encouragement,
and then said, hey, we would really like to see if we can work together, and it has been fantastic. So we thank them a whole lot for letting us be a part of their team and a part of their community. So if you're a part of that and that's where you found us, hey man, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, we're so thankful. Also, we want to let everybody know listening that we are going to be doing a super fun giveaway. We'll have more details for you next week, but we're partnering up with the guys at Chip Awade. They do customized cornhole games, so you can get that done. Like, think about if you're getting married this year, or if you just want something customized for your family. This is perfect.
Yeah, and these guys, Chip and Wade,
hence the term Chip Awade. Yeah.
Right. They are listeners to the Steve and Bethany Hopecast, and they got in contact with us and said, we want to do something and give away a cornhole game. And I'm thinking, a cornhole game? But listen, I don't know what that conveys in your mind. To me, I don't know exactly what that would look like.
I think about something that I get maybe at Walmart or Target, like one of those stores, just kind of basic.
Right. It's kind of basic. Okay, that's what I had in mind too.
Right.
But this is not what they do.
This is like next level cornhole.
It really is, because the woodwork that they do is just immaculate. And these things are solid and heavy duty. whoever wins this is going to get a really nice prize.
And it can be totally customized however you want. So like I said, we'll have more details for you next week, so be listening, but just be aware. There's a big contest coming up.
And we'll have pictures so you'll be able to see what some of them look like. And you're going to want to enter this contest for sure. And we were talking a little bit earlier in the open that we're going to be interviewing Michael Cochren. He's from Cochren Company. And if you're listening to us when we're taping this in September of 2020, he's been a pretty big name on Christian radio here lately. His first song was called Church, Take Me Back.
Right.
But then the new one is just one of the best songs I've heard in years, called One Day. And it's just phenomenal. And we got a chance to visit with him.
Yeah, and like we said, he's a super, super nice guy. He's mostly a worship leader. That's kind of his roots, that he grew up in Indiana, and so he's got his ties there. But he's really impacted by like Billy Joel and Need to Breathe. Kind of has a unique like piano pop sound with some soul mixed in. He's just got great music.
He really does, and he's of late been on tour with Toby Mac when we could actually do tours
before COVID.
Yeah, remember when all those? Remember back in the old days?
Not really. Back in the good old days. Yeah.
So he's a fabulous guy. We had a chance to talk to him, and we'll let you hear that here in just a second. But first, we want to tell you about our buddy Pat Davis, yourhealthplanman.com. Pat, much like the two guys at Chippewa, he's a big listener to the Stephen Bethany podcast, and he wants to help you get back in control of your health care.
Yeah, because you think about this, when you go to the doctor, you fill out all the paperwork, and then you get stuck with this huge bill. You kind of pay what you can, and then your health insurance, well, they'll chip in a little bit, just kind of kick in what they want to. Well, that's the complete opposite of what Pat Davis is doing with yourhealthplanman.com. He is kind of flipping everything on its head, right?
Yeah, he really is. And I mean, just think about it. If you had to stay in the hospital for a length of time, say 4 or 5 days, now all of a sudden you're talking about some real serious money. You're talking about $5,000, $10,000. And if it's very serious, I mean, you could be up in the $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 that you're going to be expected to pay before your insurance company. Well, what if that wasn't the case? What if your insurance company paid before you had to? And that's exactly what Pat offers his clients. And I'm one of them. I have been there where I have gone to a specialist, seen the specialist, paid $76 in cash out of pocket. Okay. But then I got a check back from the insurance company, not only for the $76, but the total was $180.
And really, all it'll cost you is just a few minutes of your time to talk to Pat. That's the heart of this. He just wants to sit down and help you and see if there's a plan that will fit you and your family's needs. So go to yourhealthplanman.com. It's yourhealthplanman.com. Talk with Pat. He would love to help you out.
Okay, so let's get to our interview with Michael Cochren of Cochren Company, and then we'll come back on the other side.
Sounds good. All right, well, we're spending a couple minutes chatting with Michael Cochren from Cochren Company. You may have heard of their new release, One Day. I absolutely love this song, and it's so much fun, Michael, to have you hanging out with us. Can you share maybe a little bit about like the artist that inspired you and kind of got you started when you were a young artist? Can you hear me?
Hey, you there, Michael? Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm here. Sorry, I hit mute.
Oh, okay. Man, I was panicking over here.
I was like,
holy cow.
Did I say something wrong? And he's like, I'm offended.
Yeah, you crossed the line.
Oh, crossed the line. Can't ask those. All right, well, let's do it. Take two.
Yeah, there's been so many artists that have influenced me. One of my favorite bands, a current band, would be Need to Breathe. I love those guys. They're so good. I've always been influenced by Billy Joel.
Nice.
I've always been influenced by Jackson Brown.
Nice, yeah.
And Ray Charles.
So kind of some old school, too.
Oh, yeah. My dad raised me on, like, the Eagles and Billy Joel and Van Morrison and just all kinds of stuff. And my mom was always listening to, like, the Delilah show.
Right?
Yeah.
I got a heavy dose of Michael McDonald and Michael Bolton and, the Blue Eyed Soul stuff. So, and then I discovered NSYNC when I was in elementary school, and I was a big JT fan. So that's kind of.
Did you have the frosted tips as well? Was that a thing?
I didn't have the frosted tips, but I gotta be honest with you. My 6th grade year, I permed my hair.
Oh no!
Did you really?
I did, but see, I didn't grow it out quite long enough, so it just looked Shirley Temple.
Oh, no. Well, okay, not like Justin Timberlake was like the poster child for a good perm. I mean, it looked like ramen noodles on his head. It was not good.
That's true.
All right, hey, we want to put you on the hot seat now real quick, okay? We've got a few questions to kind of get to know you a little bit better. So if you were to say that you were an expert in anything besides music, what would that be?
I know a little bit about a lot, but not a lot about anything. Mexican food, maybe.
Okay,
Ooh.
yeah.
I can point you to some really good Mexican food.
Now, is it just eating or is it cooking?
I can't cook it.
Okay, but he can eat it.
I can tell you. Yeah, I can. You put any Mexican food in front of me, and I'll tell you if it's good or not.
Nice.
Well, all
Nice.
right, hey.
This is the new standard.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So that, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, I guess, especially for somebody that's on the road as much as you are.
Oh yeah, I know every Mexican restaurant between here and California.
I bet you do. I bet you got good stories about which hotels have the best showers and which ones don't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so here's another question for you. Who were the 3 people be in your life, living or dead, that you would want to have over to your house and have a dinner party with?
And you can't say Jesus because everybody says Jesus.
That's off the table. So 3 people besides
okay.
Jesus.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, because if I would have forgot to say him.
Yeah, right.
Look down a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. I would say Dwight Schrute.
Nice.
Love it.
Billy Joel.
Mm-hmm.
And wow. Maybe Michael Jackson.
Oh, he'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he would be. I really don't know.
If
But it'd be
anything,
entertaining.
well, yeah, if anything, he's going to just show you how to dance. So that's the most important
Yeah,
thing. That's
yeah.
it.
Absolutely. Okay, last question. What's the worst trouble you ever got into as a kid?
Oh man. So probably when I was a kid at my grandma's house, me and my cousin, we watched a lot of MacGyver reruns, and so we felt like we could make a bomb out of some things that we found in her cabinet.
Oh, no.
And we ended up making a little bit of an explosion in the backyard, and she was so unhappy. I'd never seen an 80-year-old woman swing a wiffle ball bat so hard as she chased us around the yard.
Man.
So that was
So you
probably
actually,
the most
you actually made something explode. You really were able to do that.
We did. Well, we ended up, and this is, kids do not obviously try this, but we ended up resorting. So we had batteries and paper clips, and none of that did anything for us. So we went straight to the lighter fluid. And it turns out that is a good way to do it. That's a good way to get it.
Yes, sir. That'll do it.
I'm so glad that you found music, because I feel like you could have gone down a very dark path
Yes,
if you would have
absolutely.
continued with
I did,
explosives.
And it's, it's good that these drive-in tours happened when they did. 'Cause I was about to start resort to childhood. It's like, well, if I can't play, I mean, maybe I can go.
Yeah. Because you're not an expert in anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
No Mexican food restaurants are open.
I can blow things up. That's right.
Oh, my goodness.
All
Man.
right. Hey, man. Hey, thanks so much for spending some time with us.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's been great. Yeah, thank you.
Well, you just heard our interview with Michael Cochren from Cochren Company. We hope you enjoyed it and had as much fun listening to it as we had recording it. It was such a good time talking with him, and he's just a great guy.
He really is, and he's got such a good heart for worship and a good heart for just ministry. And I'm really happy that he's having the success that he is, and I hope that he continues to have it as well. We're grateful that you have joined us again today. So a little bit different, no video this week, but
Yeah,
we
you think of it
managed
as
through
like it's a holiday week. Today's
Yeah,
Labor Day as we're
well,
recording this.
that's
so
right.
We're just taking things a little bit, just down a notch a little.
Yeah,
more
life
relaxed.
happens.
It does.
And so we'll be back to normal next week, whatever normal means. But we'll have video and we'll have the regular audio cast for you as well. So that means no aftercast for Patreon people today, but we did do something special for those of you that are hope dealers on
That's
Patreon.
right. Yeah, we had the chance to interview, this is a while back, but we interviewed Toby Mack and Danny Goki. And we always whenever we interview artists, we like to do kind of like a rapid fire round, asking them questions, and they have to just answer them as quickly as they can. The answers that we got out of these guys are hilarious.
And as key to point out here, these are different times. They're not together.
No. This was like, we probably interviewed them like 6 months apart, maybe. And they happen to have incredibly similar answers. They've both been arrested. Danny Goki on multiple occasions. We're going to be sharing that story to the Hope Dealers. So if you are a member of Patreon, be sure to listen to that.
Yeah, it's already uploaded by the time you hear this. So you can go to patreon.com/Stephen Bethany's Hopecast and listen. And by the way, if you're not already a Hope Dealer, you can become one for as low as $5 a month. You'll unlock rewards just like what we're talking about and some other fun stuff that we have planned out for every month.
Yeah, and before we head out, quick reminder, next week we're going to be giving you more details about the giveaway that we're doing with Chip Away, their customized cornhole games. We'll be talking all about that next week, so be sure to tune in.
Absolutely. We want you to join us on StephenBethany.com. You can check it out. We have redesigned the website. I think it looks really good.
It does.
You can get everything you need from us, whether it's Instagram feeds, Facebook information,
merch.
The merch. Everything is right there at one place, StephenBethany.com. We'd love for you to check it out. And by the way, if you haven't signed up for our weekly newsletter, please do that. There's a link right there at the bottom of the homepage.
Yeah, and it's a good way to just kind of keep in contact with us. If you're not a Patreon member, this again just gives you another way to access us and just connect a little bit.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for listening and joining us this week. We'll talk to you next week. Good night, Olive Branch.